Shot an MP5 in the desert in Las Vegas. That was cool.
Was it expensive?
Fun. I sometimes I go skeet shooting. It's kind of like golf. That's fun. I like doing that, but I wouldn't call myself a gun guy. No, despite being, semi known for playing Escape from Tarkov, which, a lot of gun guys like that game because of all the gun stuff in the game.
When's the next wipe? Is that coming?
I don't know. Who knows? This wipe is not so good. I'll tell you that much. This is the least I've played since I started playing.
Is it the game or is it you?
Probably both.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard like there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm not too involved or like knowledgeable about it, but like, between that like cheater video that came out exposing just how much cheating there is, and then the sound is just like really bad, and like
this sounds like every wipe to me. Like every wipe you hear, the cheaters are outrageous. Labs has been off limits for as long as I've ever had the game, because that's just where the loot is. So that's where the cheaters go. And then audio has been a complaint since I first got the game.
True.
Too. Do you know how much playtime do you have, Aqua? Just to give everybody some perspective, because
a little bit over 2,000 hours, 2,500 maybe. Not as much as you'd think. Maybe almost 3,000.
Yeah. That's a
Not a whole
tremendous amount. I don't know what I have. I know I have over 1,000. I've wasted infinite amounts of time playing that goddamn game. I played the beginning of this wipe until I got to level 43 or 44, and I usually burn out by then.
My number is misleadingly high. Like a better question would be how many raids, which I don't know the answer to, but I think the game would tell you I have like 2,500 hours or 3,500, something like that. And it's because I left the game on constantly to like take Bitcoin out of the hideout. To I would just drop by the office, quickly craft some bullets or something that goes somewhere else, and all day long I'm making money, even though I'm not really playing. So I'm averaging literally like 24 hours a day, and it racks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think I had like 300 raids or something stupid because this is the first time I played solo, and not when you're waiting on people, you don't get any real playtime in, and it's frustrating. That sucks about the cheaters though. I saw that video and it was really disheartening. A cheater was part of why I quit this wipe. I finally found my LedX for therapist and was trying to get out with it, and a cheater like came and got me, and ruined my
Flying.
legs. I've
only seen that once or twice. That's an advanced level of cheating.
I had a guy
crazy.
I was camping the extract on interchange, and a guy flies over my head and goes, "Hey, Kyle." And I go, my name on Tarkov is Kyle. It's FPS Kyle. So he's like, "Hey, Kyle, what's up? Are you the real Kyle?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's just like it's like a real holdup in real life. You can't do anything back because he's God essentially. He's flying already. But long story short, he was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's, "Would you like some free gear?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love some." And he's like, "Be right back." And he flies into the map and takes somebody's shit and flies back with it. And like,
you got like one of those trained crows.
Yeah, like a train. He like dumps it all out for it and gives it to me. And he's like, "Oh, I like your video, blah blah blah, where you did this and that." And like, I was like, "Okay, man, cool. You shouldn't be cheating though. It's kind of ruining the game." He's like, "Yeah, I know, right?" He like flies away. He like Mary Poppins away.
Dude, what a Sigma male.
So that was either the beginning of the wipe that's currently going, or like middle of the wipe before. This current wipe, I know because it was only a couple months ago. I was in the darkness on Lighthouse. Like, no one should be able to see me unless they've got the good nods or thermal. So no one should be able to see me. And I hear someone running up on me, and I start cooking an impact grenade. And the guy goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Put that away." And I'm like, "What the fuck? How does he know I have it out?" He can, he's seeing me through the wall and everything. He's like, "I'm a good cheater, not a bad cheater. I kill cheaters and I give people their gear. I just killed 3. You want their shit?" And I was like, "Pin back in." Like, I was like, "Honestly, I just want to mark these tanks." He's like, No. Take this stuff. I don't want it." And it's like level 6 armor and like a Giselle and good shit.
I guess if you kill cheaters, they're gonna have good stuff.
Yeah,
it takes a good guy cheater to stop a bad guy cheater.
That's what he said. That's what he's like. "I hate cheaters. I've had enough of it. I'm going to be a vigilante against cheaters in Tarkov. And that's,
they should have like an internal team that handles it called like admins or something. And like, they're not even cheaters because they work for it and they shut that stuff down. I guess that's not possible for Tarkov. Do they not care about the cheating? They just don't fucking care. Just whatever.
I don't think they can stop. I don't think they can stop it. They've altered the game. The game has been altered so many times in order to stop the real money transactions and the cheating that I think that they legitimately want it to stop. They just can't because it's so profitable. One,
it's a grindy game. Like Kyle said, it's profitable. So the incentives to cheat are so much higher than they are in Call of Duty, where cheating means you have like one good game that didn't mean anything. Sure. No. In this game, cheating has like persistent, pervasive. What am I looking for? Like it doesn't go away. It starts with a P.
Permanent,
persistent, perpetual.
Maybe I was going for. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it has effects that go on and on and on, and that helps you a ton. And then I had also, it's a Russian game, and these Russian developers are incompetent. Yes, this is true, and they just don't have like if they were in fucking California, there'd be so many programmers. You throw a rock and you hit a programmer, and there's someone out there that knows how to design a game to make it harder to cheat. Meanwhile, these Russian dumb fuckcovs just dump everything in the client, which is just begging to be cheated. And
did you add an ovs to the end of fuckovs to make them?
Oh, because they're Russian. Yeah.
Slavic. Yeah. A little racism mixed in. I like it.
And they put all the logic into the client that you have on your computer, which just makes it ripe for cheating. Like, is my game speed limited at 1 times normal? Now it's 3 times normal. And because it's not server side, you just start going faster, and all you need is a bootleg client, and the thing does much better. I have some background on this because Minecraft is built like that. Also, Minecraft was really never meant to be a multiplayer game, so people just download their own clients and they start cheating. So as the admin, you're here trying to detect, like, it's fishy that you have 12 headshots in a row. How many headshots before you call someone a cheater? You have friends who can probably get 4 all the time, 6 occasionally. Do you ban them when they get 7 headshots in a row? Moving quickly, you'd think that'd be an easy one to catch. Well, network connectivity is buggy, so sometimes a guy jumps 100 feet, and that means he's cheating. Sometimes it means that whether it be his fault, the internet's fault, or my fault as the server owner, packets got dropped, and it looked like
fly hack all the time on Rust, for example. That's a good example of that. Anytime you're when you're interacting with things that are moving in that game, boats and jumping in general, in certain situations, it'll hit you with a fly hack, and it disconnects you briefly and then connects you right back. It's such a good system.
So when you're Tarkov or you're Woodycraft, you're just trying to detect behavior that's too impressive to be true, and that means you let mild cheaters go, and mild cheaters are way better than honest players. So
yeah. It sucks too, because I love Tarkov. I love that grind. Rust too. Like, those are the 2 games where cheaters have upset me the most. Like really bummed me out and ruined my evening.
Because it affects you so much in those games,
And also, I want to be like, hey man, why don't you want to play with me? Like, let's compete against one another on an even playing field. Why do you want to cheat against me? That's no fun.
Might lose.
Yeah, and then I'd be driven to get better. That's the whole point. That's the fun part of games. I gotta lose. If I played a game I was just good at, I'd quit. If I was just the best at something, you know how awful that must be. Shroud must hate playing games.
He's just the best at every game.
Have you ever cheated in a game?
Like One Punch Man. He's lost all happiness in life. Everywhere he goes, he's headshotting things.
Has anyone here ever cheated in a game?
Only single player.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. In Rust, we used a macro one time, but we didn't use it against people. We were using it against to take oil rig and stuff like that. And it was just a thing where you would just press a button and it would try to fix the recoil. It was buggy as shit, and we didn't really use it much.
In Xbox Borderlands, they used to be, I don't know how people did the cheat, but they would chip their Xbox or something, then side load. I don't know. But the end result is some stranger gave me a shield that was J-tagging that was just ungodly good. So now I can kill, and it's a single player game, so I'm just killing AI. But it was kind of fun to have this shield that made you
that's
not
like
invincible. Like you had to try a little, but only a
It's
little.
more like modding.
Yeah, that's like modding or like using a Game Shark, on like the N64. That's the most cheating I did, and that's fine. I think like cheating isn't cheating until it's like in an online setting or like competitive setting.
Yeah, I'll say this: I can't imagine cheating in Tarkov. Like I would never do that. I really wouldn't. The fun part of Tarkov is that awful grind. It's about how long it takes me to get a Salewa. So when I find one, it means something, So if I was just magicking up a bunch of Salewas, I wouldn't be having any fun.
Did Nintendo make Game Shark? Like, was that their own product?
I don't know. It was. It's so interesting because just the physical application of it. It seems like they might have, but I have no idea.
Everything.
Everything plugs right in. I remember like I saw it in like a Nintendo magazine, and I got one when I was at the store because I saw one. And like in my head, I'm like fucking 6 years old. Like Pokemon Red had just come out, maybe 7 years old. And I remember thinking like, damn, like they are probably not happy this is out. Like as if Nintendo cared like how you played.
Bowser's pissed.
Yeah. Oh my god. They probably are like they're scratching their heads like, how do we get around this Game Shark stuff? These kids are leveling up their Pokemon without grinding.
I thought of a Tarkov thing I did, and I bet you guys might be guilty too. I had an Nvidia card. I watched a YouTube video that told you like just the best settings to help you see better, like a filter or something, maybe gamma. I don't remember how I did it. But I felt like I could see in the dark slightly better than the game wanted you to.
That's just optimizing.
My game my gamma and stuff was so goofy, so I only play at night. That's what I do. I only play at night. So I fooled those settings until my whole screen is these shades of like green and purple and pink. It's using those colors instead of RGB, and so you can see at night in the game and
a little better than everyone else.
Can't see you.
Yeah.
Oh, way better. Like I don't know how many times people just running past me, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
You would
but the game looks like shit.
They're like, adjust this slider until you can barely see the shadow. Fuck you. Turn the lights on.
I always do that in scary games.
Yeah, you just
you're not taking up on me.
I like to be able to see personally in games. Like any in-game setting, like I'll crank that shit all the way up. But like I'm not one of these people, to be clear, but some people say like if you use anything outside of the application, that's considered like cheating or whatever. Like
that's
I've done it too in Rust. Like I did the like NVIDIA thing. I was like playing with someone who's like, oh, like it was dark at night, and someone was just like, oh, just do this with your like NVIDIA settings, you'll be able to see. And I was like, I tried it. I used it for like a day, and then it's just got too annoying switching back and forth. Oh yeah, it totally helped at the time. It was like a huge difference, but I'm just too lazy to do shit like that.
And you know what? Other had a modded controller.
I never did that.
4.
I had a scuff controller, which is kind of modded. But I
had a button on the back, just rapid fire.
In Modern Warfare 2, if you put your settings on colorblind, you could see stealth bombers on the radar, and I always did that. Like it was just a bug.
Damn. And you didn't share that, huh?
Oh, I made a video about it. There's money to be made here, Taylor.
I guess I missed that one.
and like halfway through the Modern Warfare, the Call of Duty 4 cycle, I ordered one of those modded controllers, and this is before I think they made like legitimate modded controllers. So it was a regular wired controller, and you could see someone had drilled a hole in the back of it, and there was a new button sticking out of the back of the controller, and that was the switch to turn it on and off for rapid fire. And so the G3 and the Deagle would just, and so it was like a weapons pack. I looked at it like DLC. It was great.
How was the recoil on those?
Really good. I mean, the Desert Eagle was like for up close, right? You just spray. It's 50 damage a bullet, so you just tap them, and it's fully automatic. So you just starting at their knees. But with the G3, it was a pretty controllable, fully automatic 308, which called
and it was so obvious when you got killed with one.
Yeah.
By the people will be like, "Oh, just pull the trigger really fast." It's like, no, you don't. It literally doesn't let you. If you go as fast as you can on the G3, it doesn't actually shoot as fast as you can.
That's because of the controller. That was a patch they put in later. At first, it did. There wasn't originally a fire limiter on the semi-autos in Call of Duty 4. So the M21 sniper rifle was another good one because you've got a scope sniper rifle that goes.
The M14 with the ACOG, it was
okay.
Kind of fun to goof around with. That was such a fun game. I'd love to run some TDM or something in COD 4.
I mean, we can.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we got
remastered it a couple years ago.
Yeah, I need talking about the cheating thing. Like a good example of like just not actually cheating but benefiting yourself is what we did in Warhammer, where like we went in and we went into like the game file, changed what zoom is default and how far you can zoom, and it legitimately gives you an enormous edge over people who don't have that because you can see so much more of the map. But it's not considered cheating by the community at all because everyone does it.
Yeah, use the debug camera mode so that you can zoom all the way fucking out, which sounds like an easy thing in an RTS. You'd be like, yeah, just zoom out. Nope, that's as high as we'll let you go. And you really want to be able to see the whole battlefield and zoom around and stuff. So yeah, like changing those files really fixes that game in a lot of ways. I watched a video yesterday that was called. It was about all the changes that they've released for Darktide. I was hoping that Darktide was playable now. And at the end of the video, he was like, yep, still not playable 6 months in. I was like, fuck. I can't believe that game still.
Were any of the changes significant? No. That's embarrassing. Like that would have been such a fun game to
it was fun to play at first, but you know, it's a quarter of a game. It's really frustrating.
I'm still liking Warhammer 3. Like I don't want to go to another game yet. I just need to get back on and play more. But